I'm Johnny Casebeer. Welcome to Trackside with Slacker. Today we're out at Cahuilla Creek talking to some riders about bike setup. I always love hearing about what different people are doing to keep their bike styled on all these different tracks in Southern Cal. So let's go see who's riding today. I see a vet rider over here. He looks like he could probably use some help getting his bike dialed in, so let's go see what's going on. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Hey, I'm Johnny with Slacker.
Erik, nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, man. I was just checking out, you got a sweet bike here. I was just gonna see, do you spend much time on your suspension with clickers and set and sag?
With clickers a lot, and have been kind of working with my sag a lot more to try to get that right, because that's kind of honestly the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as the biggest reaction of the bike is off of your sag.
How are you measuring it now?
I have a helper.
So we make the Slacker Digital Sag Scale. It's a tool, you can pop it on the axle, hook it up to the bike, takes measurements in real time. It'll show you everything right on the handlebars.
So there is actually a piece that goes on the bars, like an electronic piece that shows you?
Yeah, we've got a wireless remote that'll show you the numbers on the bars. That way you can get your bike set up.
So you know kind of what you're working with?
Exactly. A lot of people like the remote.
Well, when you're working it by yourself, that's the whole point of being able to...
Yeah, you have to see the measurement.
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah, and remember the numbers. So here's Slacker. This is the main unit. It just uses a super strong magnet on the back, and then...
And that goes to the axle usually, right?
Exactly, and the reason I named it Slacker was because it measures how much slack in the cable gets taken up when you sit on the bike.
When you sit on it, actually shows you your correct sag.
Yeah, everything's in real time, so you don't need to do any math. That's the other place where you'll go wrong with a buddy, is just getting the math wrong, you know? Yeah, then there's a little wireless remote that goes on the bars.
That's a really good feature.
Now with the Cahuyas, the newer ones, I believe they started putting a sag mark. On these bikes, it's super important that you met across the arc of the axle. So with this tool, like the manufacturers, the way they've always done it is the tip of the swing arm to the back of the seat bolt.
Yeah. And
KTMs and Huskies are vertical. So with these bikes, you're really going to want to place the clip's probably going to end up over here. So what I do is I just take a cable or a string, whatever you got, and I pinch it here, pinch it at the rear axle, swing that up, and then wherever that hits is where I'm going to put this clip. That will account for the arc of the axle as it travels up and forward.
Yeah, because this actually comes closer as it comes up.
So you just put the clip on here, pop this on here, get that hooked up, turn it on, and then we should be good to go. And then we'll take the wireless remote, just pop this on the bars, turn it on. We should be ready to take measurements. Have you just take the bike down and roll it over here, and when we take the measurement, use your elbow to balance against the van. What I do is I put my elbow out, and then you can pump it a couple times and then just sit down.
You get it settled?
Yeah, and just sit with your hips above the pegs. This bike probably steers really well, right, in the tight stuff?
Real good.
It's kind of sketchy at high speed.
As you get to the end of the straightaways and start coming into the corners, it's a little reactive. What helps is actually moving the axle back on these a little bit for stability.
I agree. I run mine all the way to the back
on this model, on the new 2425.
Yep.
The chassis is really nimble coming into corners or not, but it's a little more twitchy at speed.
I can see that. Yeah, it's all in preference. Like I like it around 103. That's a little more stable at speed. Most of the fast guys I know like it around 100.
Yeah, right.
Maybe 105 for like Glen Helen if it's really wide open and choppy. It'll give you a little bit more stability. It'll rake the fork out a little bit.
It'll keep you from blowing through the suspension on those bigger hits.
Yep, and as far as like the geometry of the bike, like a lot of people will adjust the fork tube height to try to get it to steer better. I just avoid that. I'll just run more or less sag to get the fork to rake out, and then that way you're not fundamentally changing the geometry of the bike.
The bike itself.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're right on the money. I would say we'd make an adjustment, but you're honestly right on the money, and that's obviously the number that you like. You're happy with the bike?
It's good. I'm able to carry good speed out there.
So thanks for your time today. I would like you to have your very own Slacker setup.
You're the best, dude.
So here we got the Slacker main unit. Got your wireless remote. And then I've also got you the Slacker ballistic nylon case.
Great.
And a smartphone mount. Too much stuff to hold.
Right. Scoring. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you very much, my friend.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
You got it. I put in some batteries in here for you.
Sweet.
And a bunch of stickers, and that's all you. You can just throw it in there if that's easiest.
Sweet, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Good job on the invention, I have to say, you know.
Awesome.
You know, just on my own thing, it's such a great idea. I am going from bike to bike sometimes. Yep. So this will help huge because of that. Nice. I'm jumping from bike to bike. Yeah, exactly. So. Just keep it dialed in and make sure everything's predictable and the bike's doing what you want it to do. Thanks so much, Erik. All right, guys. Thank you.
I hope you have a great day. Well, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel for more great content like this.